Okay, so obviously I had another problem with the broadcast. My microphone was not working, so like let me just check it like from the I think it's working right now, right? Well, I'm just trying to hear myself, like just to make sure it's working. Obviously I had another problem with the broadcast. My microphone was not working. But right now the noise is terrible, but still, I mean, like I can just try to lower the volume a little maybe. So let me just check it again. Just to make sure it's working. Obviously I had another problem. Right now I'm having this terrible echo. There's this delay with the. Okay, so like what I was had another broadcast like 5 minutes back. Like I made a mistake with I mean, like I wasn't sure my microphone was working, so obviously it wasn't working. And then I realized I was just talking to myself without anyone hearing. So like right now I'm back with another one. So like what I said was I'm going to download like Quixel Freeze today just to give them a shot. Like I'm not going to not try anything specific, just have some free time before going to my appointment. So I'm going to get the third vaccination today. Okay, so it's gonna take some time, that's fine. There's a problem with Epic Launcher, that was what I was talking about. Every single time you try to download something here in Epic Launcher, it's like for some reason it's super slow, like even the games and stuff. So when I go download something from Steam, it's always like super fast. My connection is real good. I mean, it's not the best. It's like 250 megabits per second. So like, which is not that bad, but it's downloading terrible. Unreal Engine, I don't know for some reason, but whatever. So, right now, like I said, it's gonna take some time. Maybe I can just try to lower the voice a little bit more, just to make sure it's always in the screen area, right? Just let me check that again. Right now I'm having a downloading terrible. Okay, so I think right now it's a lot better, right? Right. Okay, so I have this tree. I mean, I didn't spend much time, like I said, like first of all, I'm just trying to get something like random, like just like a basic level design. And then I'm thinking about eventually just like fixing the problems, like small details and stuff like that, like after I'm done with the scene and everything. So like, this was the last yeah, so I was just playing with the fog and stuff. Like, eventually it didn't come out that good, but still, I was just trying to showcase how to work with this, like, super cool Quixel asset. So, like, this one's okay. And then I had another couple scenes, so let me just save it. I mean, I'm thinking about, like, playing with them in the future, like this one was another one, nothing too special, like it's actually kind of a similar scene, like every single scene I have here, they all took like, I don't know, like this one was also like an hour or something to get it right. I mean, I mean, like, get something reasonable, so to say. Alright, so I'm going to start with a new scene, so like I'm just going to open a new level. I'm going with this one, like, I mean, it's not much different than the second one, this one and this one. They're almost the same, except for this one has the sky system in it. But it also has a problem. I mean, probably you can't call it a problem, like it's not an actual problem, but it doesn't have a post-process volume in it, so you have to. And then the problem it makes is, like when you just turn off your, like crank up your light, like 200 or something like that, even like 2,000, 20,000. It's always just basically, wait a second, I got a name. Alright, basically it's like just like making this auto exposure thing, which is something cool normally you might want to use, but not when you're designing your scene, because like when you use it, you're never too sure about the colors and everything. It's just like fixing everything. can't make sure if you did everything right or just like what the exposure is just like correcting them. So like, I mean, that's the reason every single time I start with a scene, you know, like I just pull in a post-process volume and then I just go here through the settings and try to find what is the name of it, the infinite bounds. So it will affect the entire scene, and then eventually bloom is the first thing we may want to turn off. And bloom is like, I can also try to show it here, you know, like bloom is if you have it like, I don't know, like 8. It's also kind of a cool effect, you know, like it just makes this like nice kind of dreamy and lucid like atmosphere. But we might want to keep it at 0 and first start with a new level, and then eventually we come to the exposure settings instead of, I mean, like it's still gonna have like what the exposure, but like we're gonna change the minimum and maximum values of it just to make sure. And suddenly you're gonna see, I mean, the scene is just like too bright, way too bright. So because this is not like a normal value to have for intensity of the light. So something like 10 is, I think, okay. So like, all right, so right now we're pretty much there. You know, like I'm just gonna get rid of this stupid small like stuff here inside the scene. Also this one. Alright, we're good. I'm just going to pull in some, I don't know, some plane maybe. Maybe today I can try to get like a cool, the player start. I think that's probably a... Okay, so we're obviously not in the first person template. Just let me check. By default palm. Okay, so like we're just going to start with the bridge. Just get some nice stuff inside the scene. And then I want to check my... I mean, I know the download limit is turned on, but I mean, I was just like tweaking and just trying to figure out if that was a problem with the settings or something. It's just like, I mean, I set it something super high, like, I don't know, maybe 10 gigabits per second or something like that. It's not, I'm sure it's not affecting the scene. It was just trying to, I mean, me trying to be like, sure that everything's working fine. Okay, so like I have no idea what kind of a scene I want to go for this time, but like, I mean, since I said I'm going to download some trees and stuff, like maybe we're gonna go for something more like a forest or something greener, something cooler, something more colorful. You know, I mean, the previous ones I did, they were all like super depressing and stuff, so like I'm not going to go for something like this time. So let's just start with this stuff here. Okay. This one's also pretty nice, right? Yeah. And also this one here looks pretty nice. And also these here, you know, like they're... I think this one's really nice. We just check the scene. Also, let me just check how much. Okay, we only have like 15 more gigabytes. Nothing too problematic. I'm still sleepy. Super sleepy. Okay, I'm going to, like usual, I'm going to start with the base material, you know, like this, to get some basic like atmosphere, you know, just so I can imagine how it's gonna look, you know. I mean, it's nothing too important, but like, I mean, these are kind of cool. Okay, this one here, this one there. I know I said, like, I mean, yesterday when I was doing a live broadcast, like I said, I was going to try it the next time just to download everything, like before I start with the live stream. But right now, after I thought about it, like, I mean, this is nothing like, I mean, like, it's not like tutorials or something. It's just basically just me doing whatever I'm doing, and at the same time just like talking out loud, like it's nothing special, like if you guys are interested what I'm doing, like stuff, there's nothing too special. So I mean, I think, oh god, come on, just crashed, right? That's fine. Totally got used to it. Because that's an experimental version of Unreal Engine. So Unreal Engine 5, you have to be careful about it, like, because I'm not thinking about like, I don't know, like publishing a game before, I don't know, like I think they're gonna need like another year for the engine to be stable, like I'm not thinking about like releasing something before that, so that's why I think it's okay if I use the experimental version, so I can just play with the newest, like coolest things in Unreal Engine, like Nanite and I don't know, Nanite and what else, like what was the name of the other one? So Lumen, and also the mesh modeling system in the newest version Unreal Engine 5 is like unbelievably cool. I mean, you can almost do like 3D modeling inside the Unreal Engine. So I mean, I wouldn't do it because of the shortcuts and the performance and stuff, but still, I mean, if you don't have a basic knowledge in another software to do like 3D models, and then you're just going to need to do some small tweaks and stuff, Unreal Engine 5 can get it done, I mean, even like I said, I mean, it's not like comparable to some software like Blender or Maya or anything like that, but still, I mean, it's just like for some basic tweaks and like some small operations and stuff, it's almost like as good as Blender. It's stable, I didn't have much problems with that, and also, I mean, it's just missing some features like what was I saying? Some features like shortcuts, I mean, I know you can actually set shortcuts inside the engine, but still, I don't know what's the problem. It's just, like, I mean, it's pretty easy to like, I mean, maybe the abstraction, like Unreal Engine is just like too colorful, so you can't just like, I don't know, like do some small tweaks and stuff, like, I mean, like super fast, because you're getting like too distracted with the small okay, this was, I'm trying to remember what this was. I think it was like another scene I was just like trying to do, like I was just like trying to get something similar to the scene in the Space Odyssey. Sorry about this. Yeah. Where was it? Okay, so maybe it wasn't this one, maybe it was another scene, like I have no idea what I was trying here, but yeah. I'm just going to duplicate this one. Okay. After duplicating this, I'm going to type Iceland here, just to get rid of all the previous stuff. Okay. Get rid of these here. Put this one there. I think we're good. I mean, except for some small stuff here, but we can leave them like that. Like first, I'm going to save the screen, and then going back to Pixel Bridge. Just going to import the same stuff I was thinking about importing the last time. So I check my download. It looks okay. I think it's down. So like we can go to the Blueprint project. So I can also show you guys how you can like duplicate your assets from another project to another one. I mean, the way they call it is migrate actually. So like how you can migrate your stuff from one version of Unreal to another, or like one project file to another one. So like it's kind of cool. I just have to call the doctor for my appointment real quick. It's still busy. Yeah. Okay, so okay, so first things first, I want to get this material here into the scene, which is a cool material, you know, like maybe we can actually do another broadcast, like another live stream for the specific like scene, you know, because in the first one I'm thinking about like just trying to bring everything just together real quick, and on the second one we can just like play with the vegetation and also more with the smaller details like I don't know, like trees, vegetations, and like I don't know, like small stones, rocks, and stuff like that. So maybe we can, like I said, maybe we can do it like a two-part thing, you know, not getting everything done here in the first one, and then just like keep continuing that like in the second video or something. So that's what I'm probably going to do. So. Because I have to go to my appointment, you know, like I could normally like, I don't know, like sit here for, I don't know, like 4 or 5 hours and just like try to do it from scratch till the end, but probably not going to do that. Because I have an appointment. Kind of crazy, you know, like, I mean, my doctor was supposed to be open at like 2 p.m. and I'm calling him. It's always busy, so this is crazy. And I have no idea how am I going to reach out to him. But I have to. So. Oh God, it's super difficult. Just keep talking to yourself, you know, like without any interaction, you know, like I'm just talking bullshit. Just like talking out loud everything I'm thinking, you know, like without any actual. Okay, I'll just go. Come on. I'll be back in a minute, so. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, like you guys see, I mean, I have no idea about the scale right now, you know, like, I mean, the same thing I'm doing every single time when I start with a new scene, you know, like, just to get a basic, like, idea about the scale, you just get some something 3D into your scene, and then just make sure the scale is like in the Z-axis, like 175, so it will represent a human being instead of something like this. Okay, and then eventually just go to my material and go set, and then like, I mean, just try to make sure the scale is right. Still not, maybe you have to go for something like that. Or maybe something even higher. This one's, I think, okay. Maybe 30. Okay, right now it looks good. But the problem is, like I'm always saying, you know, like, I mean, you have the scenes, you know, like, which looks, I mean, you you wouldn't see it if you just look at it from a direction like this, you know, like you can also add some detail in the material blueprint with different scale, you know, like you can just like overlap it with another material. I mean, that's something you can do, but like in the newer version of Unreal Engine, like I'm always trying to get something else, like getting some 3D detail into the scene, except for like having to solve everything in the material, you know, because I mean, if you try to solve everything in the material, you know, like, I mean, whatever you try, whatever you do, you're always still going to get those themes, you know, like there's no way to get rid of them. I mean, you can do a good job, you know, make it like pretty invisible, but still it's always going to be there. So. Okay, so we're going to wait for this thing to download again, as usual. Okay, I think Unreal Engine 4 has just opened, you know, so this is the next thing I'm going to do. Like I said, you know, like I never actually checked this like Megascans free patch, which is, I think, real cool. I mean, I watched a small video from the folks at Quixel. That looked pretty cool actually, but like, I mean, I didn't have a chance to try it by myself, so. Okay. My PC is not doing a good job, like opening all these things. I want to get a new PC since like, I don't know, almost a year now. But the market is just crazy. I mean, can't find any graphics cards or nothing. It's just crazy. So I said, I mean, thought to myself, just wait for it, you know, like maybe I'll get the next generation RTX card. I mean, 40 something, because you know, like when you think about the time difference between like, I mean, RTX 20 series and 30 series, I mean, it came out, I think, almost like a year after 20 series. Or on. gonna come out anytime soon. Okay, so like as far as it looks, there are some rumors online that the RTX 40 series is going to release like in 2022. I mean, they're all rumors, but still, I mean, I think that's possible, you know, like because there's always like, I mean, 1 to 2 years gap between like every generation. I mean, that's not a rule, but that's like a rule of thumb. So I will assume that they're gonna release something soon. I mean, maybe, I mean, late 22 or something. Oh, but come on, right? Okay, it's actually taking some time. So. Okay, come on, yeah. So right now, maybe. Okay, manage to get our first. I have no idea why I even tried to open the map, you know, like, I mean, I'm going to, like, it's going to compile right now, you know, like, as soon as you open the map in Unreal Engine is going to compile that specific map, so I think it's not a good idea to open the map right now. Like, instead of that, we're going to import the map into Unreal Engine 5, you know, like, so it wouldn't do this, shader compiling thing, so like I don't think it's a good idea to do it right now, you know, like I'm just trying to get my task manager, you know, like I mean this is getting me crazy. It's getting me crazy. It's almost been like, let me just check. It's 22 minutes since we started with the live stream. I couldn't do anything. It's just like I'm waiting the whole time, you know, like for this thing to work. It just doesn't work. Okay, so right now my task manager is coming. You guys probably don't see it. Hi, you know, like so it wouldn't do this shader compiling thing. So like I don't think it's a good idea to do it right now. You know, like I'm just trying to like it's getting me crazy. Getting me crazy. It's almost been like, let me just check. It's 22 minutes since we started with the live stream. So I couldn't do anything. It's just like I'm waiting the whole time, you know, like for this thing to work. I have no idea why I did such a thing, you know, like I shouldn't open the map, you know, like I should just basically just right click the map, migrate into the new version, you know, like that was what I was supposed to do, you know, like I'm going to wait for the same time right now, like after I imported into Unreal Engine 5. So like I waited the whole time, you know, like maybe for the last 10 minutes now. And then after this map just opens, you know, like I'm going to pick the exact amount of time in the Unreal Engine 5 too, because I mean, obviously it's going to compile the shaders right now, and then it's at least just load the files. So like after loading, it's going to start with compiling, you know, like I'm going to cancel that. I'm just going to migrate the project, and that's going to be it. So migrate the map, sorry for that. I mean, not the project. So the project is everything here, and the map is just basically like this level. I mean, it's actually called level. It's not called the map. I'm going to call my doctor again. I'm going to please try to call him. Still busy. Okay. At least my task manager is just, oh, nothing. So which one's not responding? So I think I, okay, so save all. And then, so obviously one of the Unreal Engine, so I don't know which one it is. So this is probably another problem now. So like I have no idea which one I'm going to. Okay, so this is doing the shader compiling, so like probably obviously this one, so we can just turn it on or close it. Come on, alright. At least I can just like go open it again, so without actually trying to open the map, I can just like migrate the map. So I mean this thing is it. I mean it's obviously right now it's up. It looks nice, right? I think so. Not bad, at least. I mean the mesh is just meshed with the. Okay, so I'm going to open this map, and then this time I'm trying to make sure I wouldn't just like open the map, I will just copy the map, and that's all I'm going to do. So. Okay, so let's just first of all just try to populate the scene, you know, like with some easy to use stuff like stuff from Megascans and stuff, just like important things, you know. And like I said, this is going to be my human scale. I mean, okay, so it looks okay, I think. I'm going to copy it, but this time I'm going to scale it like up, way high. Okay. And the workflow's real cool, you know, like you're not just like concentrating on the details. It's basically just like getting the scene, like the prototype of the scene real quick, you know. Just, I mean, use the same asset, you know, like as some details, and then at the same time as like almost like mountains in the background and stuff. Well, it looks pretty realistic. So, I mean, just like a basic like thing to just like start with, you know. And about the specific scene, you know, like I said like a couple minutes back, I'm not planning to do it. I mean, this time I plan to do like, I don't know, like maybe multiple streams instead of a single one, you know, just to concentrate myself like a little bit more on the details, like the trees and vegetation, maybe even like, I don't know, water and stuff. Okay, so this time I'm going to the Black Elder folder here. I'm just going to right click on the map. It's probably basically doing the same thing, I think. So like it's just, yeah, so I'll just let it do what it's doing. So, you know, like I'm not just going to bother them. It's going to happen there in the background. I'm just like going to download some more or import more stuff into my scene here. This one looks nice. And this one's probably the they should have given us an option, you know, like just directly import into Unreal Engine 5. You know, the only reason I'm trying to even open this project like Unreal Engine 4 is just because I'm trying to just open the project, right click, import it into the other project, you know, like, I mean, okay, so I got it, you know, like, it's experimental, so they don't wanna let us just just download everything into the new project, but I mean, if you're willing to, you know, like, I don't understand what's the problem, so, yeah, whatever. Okay, so this is like another, yeah. I mean, just check, you know, like how cool it just fits with the surrounding. And you just want to make sure that you don't see any gaps, you know, like maybe even just try to like extrude it into in the Z-axis. Okay. As soon as you get like, I don't know, like 2-3 copies of it, and add some rotation and like some variation and stuff, you know. Maybe another one like this. This time just get it a little bit higher. You know, I mean, this is going to be different than the texture we have in the floor, you know, like this is actual 3D. Okay. Yeah, I get something like this, and then just basically right click, create from selection. We may want to go for yeah, cool. Crashed again. So this time I'm not going to open it again, you know, like I'm just, first of all, I'm just waiting for this specific one to just like do what it's doing, and then eventually import it into Unreal Engine 5, and then I'm going to open it again. So sorry for all the problems. Okay, here we go. Migrate, right? Want to migrate it. Want to migrate it into D Epic. I have to check. Epic, my project. D Epic, my project too. I'm gonna copy everything and then we're going to close this. Like, this is the reason why we needed it. I mean, this is kind of stupid, you know, like, I mean, we shouldn't normally, if we have the option just to, instead of like importing into like 426 version, like if we could just like import it directly into Unreal Engine 5, and we could just save all this time, you know, like, I mean, I don't know how much time I spent on this, just like an easy, stupid task. Come on. Okay, so my girlfriend's calling me. I'm going to. I mean, still waiting, you know, like I spent, I don't know how long it's been almost like an hour. I couldn't do anything. But you know, like I said in the beginning, you know, like I'm also repeating that like every single time. This isn't actually, I'm just, I'm just trying to keep this as some kind of a visual diary for myself, you know, like. So, I mean, I'm doing what I'm doing. Okay, so like, I mean, this is what I normally supposed to be also waiting for. You know, like I mean, if I was alone, you know, like I was gonna open this project here and then wait for, I don't know, almost like half an hour just for this thing to import. And right now I'm doing the same thing. It's just like YouTube stream is just running in the background and that's it. So. Just want to check if this is nanite enabled or not. So, because as far as I know, the vegetation just doesn't work with nanite. I mean, it's best not to try to use it with nanite because I think there's some problems with the wind system. I mean, not the system itself, but the what was that called? The pixel offset and stuff, like the things that are moving, you know, like in the real time, like the inside the material, you know. I mean, also you can't use displace textures inside the materials in the Unreal Engine 5. Not that sure if you can use it. I think maybe you can use it, but still, it's not like working with nanite and also, the transparency is not working with nanite, just so you guys know. Mm, this just doesn't make any sense, you know, like I have to wait. Hey, what's this? Hey, okay, so audio input, this kind of a limit. I'm still like at the same time I'm trying to figure out this stuff here. Since I don't have much experience in this kind of things like live streaming and stuff. Like I'm always checking in the background, like how the audio's working. I think the voice of my fan is also doing some kind of a problem here. You know, like even I mean, time to time, I just don't say a word. You know, like I'm completely silent and just check it. It's still this voice, like this audio here. This is like my fan. So. Oh God, come on. Maybe I should just leave it like this, you know, like just go to my appointment. My appointment was supposed to be like in an hour and a half, so let me check that. Yeah, it's at 16:30. Okay. Okay, at least right now I can check, like it's still not like totally loaded into the scene, so obviously nanite is not enabled here, and also not there, I think, so like they're super cool, right? I mean, I kind of like them, so let me check. They're also, okay, so, you know, guys, I mean, I'm just going to spend a little bit more time here, you know, like half an hour. I'm probably not going to like finish anything today. I mean, with this specific, I mean, on the specific like stream. So I'm probably just going out to get to my appointment and then like come back like, I don't know, like in 3-4 hours. And then eventually I need to go to buy some groceries and stuff, and then I'm coming back. I don't know, like maybe today, tonight, like I don't know, 11 o'clock or something. So I can also do another broadcast, like a live stream, you know. So I can show you guys some more stuff. I mean, I can just basically do what I'm doing, you know, like, and also broadcast and everything at the same time, you know, like, just, I'll leave it like this, you know, like 10 more minutes. I mean, you guys are free to go. I mean, since I know There's no one here except for me, like this is also kind of a stupid thing to say. But wait a second, nanite. Okay, so this is cool, like nanite is not active on this vegetation freeze. I mean, it shouldn't be anyway, but still, just want to make sure. So, I mean, this vegetation is real cool, like I wasn't expecting to get something this cool. I mean, just look at it, like just look at the level of detail. I mean, this is super cool. Let me just try to check like how the okay. Someone is also active. Of course, this is too extreme, but like we just take it back to one. Just want to make sure everything's just working fine. And then we're going to the post-process volume like every time. And then we just want to make sure that's okay, that's turned on. And then the second thing was bloom, which is normally kind of a cool effect, but I'm not going to need it right now. And then the third one was like exposure, like it has this like what the exposure. Instead of this one here, I'm just going to have this at 1 or something like that, which will look, no way it looks this bright. Oh, it shouldn't look this bright, right? Like maybe just take it to 0. Ah, yeah, okay, here's the, yeah, okay, out of that. Yeah, cool. After that, we can just take it to 10 or, I don't know, 15. Just to make sure the exposure is not in action, but okay, like instead of just like going to another scene right now and do the level there, I mean, I'm just going to use this level as like my base level, like I already imported like all the cool stuff here, like I mean, I'm just going here to the materials, Megascan, surfaces here, and then I'm gonna turn on the filter material. Sorry, that was supposed to be it's supposed to be material instance. And then I'm gonna see this specific thing here, like zoom in, and just to make sure the scale is right. I mean to be 100% sure of it, like I'm always doing. I mean, it's just like what I do every single time, like I mean, you're also free to do something else, but you just want to make sure. I mean, if you don't have a single character or nothing inside your scene, you also have no idea that the scale is correct. You just want to make sure your scale is correct. And then I'm just going to turn on the static mesh filter on. And then try to, oh god, this is the same. I'm going, hey, you know what? Leave it like this. See you guys like in. Okay, let me just make sure I have the stuff I really need. So. Call my doctor again. Background service stuff. Why is that? Yeah. Okay, I'm going to go to local. 3D assets, right? Okay. I'm going to need this one here. I think I know, like I already imported that, but the engine crashed, and then to find it here, you know, like that's what I'm always doing, you know, like as soon as you click it, you know, like I mean, if that's inside your scene, it's going to update and just go to the same folder so you can find it like super easy. So, okay, this is cool. This is cool, you know, like you can just start with a single one and then copy it, just rotate it, you know, and then it's best, you know, like if I just work with cameras, you know, like instead of just like going back and forth and like okay, so let's get this things here, rotate it a little. Okay, and then there's something off with the lights. Okay, I think I know it. So you know, like when you go to normal advanced here, you may want to make sure that the real-time capture is on. You know, like it's just going to update your sky and your skylight just to make sure you're getting like better skylight calculations inside your scene. Okay, so we're going to get something like this. This is the first thing I'm gonna get. And then instead of 3, you're gonna have it at something like 2, and then this one here can stay at like, I don't know, like 0.5 or something like that, which is kind of too low, maybe kind of like 0.9. And then just make sure, you know, like, I mean, this tree looks pretty nice to me, you know, like, I mean, that looks real cool, you know. You just go to your folder, and then, I mean, not, you know, what you can do is just like pull it into your scene and then copy it all over and stuff. Like that's one thing you can do. And also another thing you can do is just like come here to your foliage edit mode and then just like drag all of these things into your foliage editor, which is gonna take probably another just minute. Okay, I'll leave it here and then see you in Okay, this is perfect. This is perfect. Crashed again, right? Hey, leave the scene to compile, I think. I'm going to we're gonna filter the levels just to make. Okay. Goodbye guys for now. You know, like, I mean, this video is like completely useless. Maybe I can just delete it afterwards, you know, like that was nothing. I mean, I couldn't do anything, you know, like when I come back from my appointment, you know, like I'm going to stream another video, and then in that video we're going to start with another scene, and then I hope this time we can get it like get it done real quick. I mean, that's what I hope at least. Or we can just go to, I mean, let me just try to make sure that everything's fine. First of all, you know, like just come here. I start with the same scene like 20 times. I couldn't do anything, but right now I just want to check how it works with the trees and everything. So like I just wanna go to the trees folder here, black alder, whatever, geometry, and then pivot painter as I think. Okay, I think it's fine. I think it's fine. Like I said, when I come back, we're going to try to like populate the scene like real quick, and it's kind of cool. I mean, this is real cool, you know, like this is probably the most detailed tree I ever seen in Unreal Engine. I mean, it's totally realistic, you know, like it's not like, let's look at it. Look at it. I had to play with the light settings a little, but I mean, the level of detail is unbelievable. All the, you can see like every single individual like leaf. Let's take that to 0.7, and also the intensity is probably going to stay at something like 10. And now we're going to our fog just to lower it a little, right, instead of yeah, so. scale. Get rid of this, yeah, of this. Okay, so I mean, I don't like the scale that much, but still, I mean, you can get something like this, just lower it down, something like this. So you'll have some like, I mean, not actually something too strong, but still, just to give some variation to the scene. You know, like just copy it, rotate, copy, rotate. You know, just to try to break the repetition here in the and then eventually, you know, like once we get some, I don't know, like 4 or 5 pieces, course, this is not all of it, you know, like you're also going to need to have some vegetation, some foliage, you know, like some small stuff here. Okay. Okay, I think we're getting somewhere. Okay, so another problem with the light is that it's casting cloud shadows, you know, like that might be something you want, but also maybe not, so it's just something dependent on on what kind of a scene you want to get. Okay, so want to get some like small shrubs and like small vegetation too, you know, like I mean we can't just populate the entire scene with the, I mean this is not as big as I thought it was gonna be, but I think probably they're also small. Yeah, maybe this one, maybe stuff like this, you know, like just hide some like small gaps and like small mistakes inside the scene, something like this. And then eventually, of course, we want to get some like some vegetation, some actual vegetation, which is, I think I don't have anything important like that, but like let me just check the mega scans here. Yeah, here. Okay, so we're going to need some weeds like this. Okay, I wanna go for something a little bit greener this time, so not something like yeah, maybe just go back grass. Okay, I think this looks cool, right? What do you guys think? I think so. This is also another problem, you know, like every time you open a new instance of Unreal Engine, you always have to sign back in. And then you're gonna lose the tab you had open. Like, okay, I think this one's good enough, so I'm going to download it. As soon as you download it with this new like built-in Quixel standalone like plugin, they're like suddenly you're gonna see them inside your foliage, which is I think super cool. Okay, so you just click add and then you just go back to your scene and then here you go to foliage and then you're gonna see them here. I mean, which is on the chase this time. Okay, they're here. Okay, so I'm going to turn them on. I'm not going to spend much time on them right now, like with the scale and stuff. Like we can just come back to check it. Like I mean, once I'm back from the how was I going? Plus I'm back from the doctor. Okay, so we just wanna get like a small brush. But you can suddenly see it works just fine, right? I think so. May wanna get a little bit larger. Just some manual work. I mean, just to go back to your camera. I mean, you don't have an actual camera, but okay. So I think the problem I have at the scene right now, I mean, the biggest problem is the surface is just like too flat. Let me just try to see what's gonna happen if I just fill the entire scene with some vegetation, if it's gonna look any better or not. So. Yeah, I think it looks much better now. So like, even though still, I mean, I don't like it that much, but still, I mean, we see some depth in the scene. So. Okay, so once I'm not saying we're done with anything, you know, like I just want to see it with some different light settings. And I think the problem right now is kind of don't like the lighting that much. I don't know why it's that. I think maybe it's because of the fog. Yeah, so once we turn off the fog, we're suddenly gonna see everything looks a lot better. Just go back here, instead of 10, we just, okay, maybe also the in-brake lighting intensity, so we're gonna get it somewhere. Okay, so like I said, I never had a chance to try this like new showcase project from Quickfill. This let me just save everything real quick. I'm gonna check if they have any blueprints here. Okay, so they don't. I think that's a plugin, and I think I don't have it now. Mega Skills. Okay, I think so. But still, okay, let me just go back to Mega Scans, and then to 3D plans, and then this catching grass or whatever it's called. I think the color of this grass is just like kind of way too off. It has to be a little greener. That's just too fake. Okay, this is definitely not good. I'm going to take it back to, I don't know, like 0.1 maybe. Alright. This looks okay. Okay, this doesn't. And maybe 0.2, 0.4, and then here 0.4, and then this like 0.6. Then overlay intensity to 1, something like that, and then 4, 6, 4. Point 4, point 6, 4, and this point 1. Yeah, not that sure of it. But I'll leave it like this first. Yeah, so there's always a problem, you know, like if the scene don't have a depth, like, I mean, you have to have the spar mountains and stuff. I mean, right now the problem is because we don't have a height fog. You know, you don't see the, okay, this is way too much. Yeah, maybe something like this. You know, you suddenly see, you're gonna feel the depth in the scene. Maybe instead of okay, hey, I need to go now. I mean, this time really need to go. So I'm just going to spend some more time on it when I come back. But like, this is how it is right now. I mean, the trees are real cool. The environment not that cool, but I'm going, guys. See you guys tonight.